closer you get to your promise, the more Satan is going to attack you, okay? You could even be holding your promise in your hand, and he's still going to try and attack you to steal that promise from you. Before I get into this, y'all, from the dreams that the Lord gave me regarding this and what he ministered to me about it, I know some of you guys are trying to sow into my ministry via Cash App, and I genuinely appreciate that. But for whatever reason, Cash App is still declining them. This has been happening since yesterday, and I'm sure you guys have noticed it because when you go to sow into me, it cancels and it comes right back to you. Saying something like this person or this account is not able to receive payments at this time. I don't know, y'all. I've contacted Cash App about this. They can't do anything about it, really. They say that Cash App will reset. I don't know when that will be, but once it resets, then the payments that I receive will actually come through. But when that happens, I don't know. So I appreciate it. I really do. But for now, I'm just going to put my Venmo and my PayPal up here. And I don't know when Cash App is going to reset. It could be later on today. It could be tomorrow. I think it's every 24 hours, but I don't know, y'all. And I'm 100% chalking that up as another attack from Satan. So I'm going to pull up my notes app, y'all, because anytime the Lord gives me dreams or any dream I have, really, I always document it. And I told you guys before, anytime you have a dream, document it. Maybe sit with the Lord, ask him what he's trying to tell you or show you through this dream. So last night in my dream, I had my baby, okay? Now, let me pause here real quick. A couple nights ago, 2 nights ago, actually, I had a dream where I was telling someone I was pregnant, but I didn't actually have a baby, okay? So in this dream, I was actually holding my baby in my arms, okay? So I was in my childhood home, which is something that happens to me often, all right? And I was in the car, all right? I was in the car and I saw like a yellow jacket nest in the car, right? So I grabbed my baby, I ran into the house, right? There was one yellow jacket that followed me, and it kept trying to attack me. It kept trying to attack my baby as well, and I kept swatting at it, y'all. Like, I kept turning and swatting at it, and I kid you freaking not, in my dream, I could feel the impact of me hitting this yellow jacket away from, you know, trying to sting me, right? And but it never did sting me, okay? I ran into a room, I closed the door, there was a crack in the door, so it was able to get through, and it kept trying to sting. Matter of fact, there was one point, and I can't remember this verbatim, but there was one point where I heard, spiritually speaking, I'm going to get this baby, right? Or like wanting to basically say, it was basically saying something like, I'm going to get it, you know, talking about my baby. Now, my husband was in my dream, okay? And I believe my husband did kill it. Now, in the dream, my husband is being represented by God, okay? There was a dream, I made a video about this a while back when it happened. I had a dream that a snake, I was in my childhood home, okay? And a snake came into our home, and my dad was in my dream, and he grabbed the snake and threw it out, okay? In that dream, God was being represented by my dad. Just like in this dream, my husband killed it, but it was being represented he was being represented as God. So y'all remember when I said 2 nights ago I had a dream that I was telling somebody I was pregnant, right? In that same dream, there was a cat. I don't know if it was considered full-blown or if it was just a kitten, but it was small, okay? And it kept trying to attack my hands, right? It kept like running up trying to bite my hands. I didn't feel it in the dream. It didn't faze me none, but I got tired of it, kept trying to attack me. And the same thing, like I would put it out of my room and there was a crack in the door and the cat would come right back in and kept trying to attack my hands. At that point, I remember picking it up in my dream to go throw it outside. I don't remember if that actually happened. That's kind of vague for me, but nonetheless, the attack never, like it didn't faze me at all, okay? So the Lord said the fact that you're holding your baby indicates you have the promise in your hands, right? That's why the other night the cat was attacking your hands. The yellow jacket represents attacks from the enemy. There was a cracked door in your dream because you left a crack in your door. I've told you guys before, sometimes spiritual warfare comes upon you because of Satan, right? Just in general, just attacking you. Sometimes we implement the warfare upon ourselves by leaving cracked doors, you know, in our lives. That could be, you know, allowing thoughts from Satan to come into agreement with them, right? Like just that whole a cracked door, okay? If he can get in, baby, he's coming in, all right? The fact that you were swatting at the yellow jacket and it was not able to sting you indicates that you are fighting off the attacks with your faith, okay? And like I said, I know it's cut off down here, but like I said, my husband in my dream was being represented as God as far as killing, you know, the yellow jacket, protecting me from the attack. Fortress of protection, right? Y'all remember yesterday in the video I posted about the number 1225, right? That I got from a notification about the bridegroom coming, be prepared, right? 1225 in the Strong's meant fortress, which it could be spiritual or physical, but fortress is a protection from God. And yesterday, y'all, I think it was yesterday, somebody on Discord with this username, Dark Knight 69, sent me a friend request, okay? Y'all, I'm only in 2 servers on Discord, and I searched this username in both servers, and they're not there. How they got my Discord, I have no idea, because I don't display my Discord, I don't talk about my Discord, but somehow they found me, okay? We have no mutual servers, we have no mutual connections, they just appeared out of nowhere, which is an attack within itself, because I can tell off this username that it's a guy, okay? Y'all know I'm standing for my marriage, I'm standing for my husband, right? Like, why would I even entertain a friend request from somebody I don't know? And imagine I accepted it, and they started talking to me, and it could be a monitoring spirit, I don't know. I didn't even entertain it. And so I did more research into Dark Knight, right, as far as from a biblical context. But before I get into that, I want y'all to see this 69 at the end, right? I pulled that up in the Strong. 69 in the Strongs means to be watchful, to stay awake, to be vigilant. You have to be vigilant regarding the attacks of the enemy, okay? So Dark Knight correlates to the dark night of Jesus dying on the cross, right? Y'all know it got dark quickly, right? And y'all know when he was dying on the cross, right, he called out to God. And from Psalms 22, and I believe it's, my God, why have you forsaken me? But Yeah, my God, why have you abandoned me, right? Because when Jesus died on the cross for our sins, right, he was dying for our sins, so it caused a separation from God. So Jesus wasn't feeling God's presence, right? So he called out to him like, my God, why have you abandoned me? God never abandoned Jesus. And y'all, I want y'all, this is super deep, okay? Because we go through dark nights, of our soul on this journey with God. There are times where we don't feel God's presence, but he's always there because his word tells us that he never leaves us nor abandons us, right? But sometimes we feel like he's not there, and that could be due to sin. Even though Jesus never sinned, he died on the cross for our sins. So there was that separation briefly that happened between him and God. Or sometimes, y'all, we're just going through this journey with God, being attacked spiritually. We feel like God's not hearing us. We feel like God's not there, not helping us, not saving us. We're just going through this dark, period, this dark season of our lives. And Psalms 22 is talking about that, y'all. Satan uses these moments, these seasons, these dark nights to his advantage. He does, y'all. He attacks you left and right. He wants you to walk away from God. He wants you to turn away from God. I remember, I've talked about this a very long time ago. I remember in October of 2023, I told the Lord, I said, I will never leave you. And I meant that. I stood 10 toes down on that, okay, y'all? So in this journey, this Job season that I've been on, or what have you, where things have been stripped from me being attacked, so on and so forth, Satan has been trying relentlessly to get me to turn away from God. That's what he tries to do. Jesus forgives, accepts, and loves me and you, right? Who else is going to forgive you that way? Who else is going to accept you that way? Who else is going to love you that way? God keeps us and holds us. The last spiritual thing Job said was, though he slay me, I will hope in him, okay? Job cussed, spit, complained, whined, but he didn't leave God. Okay, Job wished that he was dead, right? But Job never once cursed God. Job never once turned away from God, which is what Satan wanted him to do. That's why Satan was like, if I take everything from him, if I, destroy him, physically or what have you, like he's going to turn away from you. Job never did. Okay, Job didn't have anywhere else to go. I don't have anywhere else to go. You don't have anywhere else to go, right? Don't ever doubt in the dark what God has taught you in the light. Whatever you're going through, the truth is still the truth. I told y'all this was deep, and I'm almost at my 10-minute mark, so I gotta go ahead and wrap this up. But y'all, no matter what dark season you're going through, God is always there, right? He never leaves you. He never abandons you, okay? It's only for a season. God might withdraw his presence or what have you for testing. I don't know, y'all. At the end of the day, I don't know. His ways and thoughts are above ours, but he never actually leaves you nor abandons you, all right? And this too shall pass, okay? But in this time, Satan is he's attacking you. He's attacking you. He wants your promise. He wants to sting your promise. He wants to rip your promise from you. Do not let him.